everyone. Welcome to the virtual Lernerville Speedway here on iRacing, and welcome to Grease Vision for round number 9 of the TCR Sprint Car Series season. We are gridding up, getting ready for heat race number 1 here at Lernerville for the Three Rivers 33. And it is going to be an exciting and intense night here at the Lernerville Speedway. 3 heat races on deck before tonight's feature event, as the point situation is getting interesting going into tonight. As we'll rattle off the points going into tonight's race here at Lernerville. It is Henry Fenson on in the points lead right now by 14 points on his teammate Lockie Phillips. Matt Grimm is in third. He took a big bite out of that points lead earlier last week with his victory. He's 78 points out. Phoenix Guerrieri 163 points out, and Mason Heimbaum 164. The lineup for the heat race number 1 is led by Lockie Phillips, who won the pole for tonight's Three Rivers 333. Gavin Chapman in second, Trent Curtis third, Zachary Good in his first start of the season fourth, Aiden Thornberry in fifth, and Kenan Lunenberger is rounding out your heat race number 1. One to go this time by. As Lockie Phillips looking to regain that points lead. He was able to overcome a big deficit he had earlier in the year, but he was able to get that lead back, but is giving it back to his teammate Henry Fenson as of last week after a tough run from both those guys. He's looking to capitalize on a great run tonight as we get going. Green flag, heat race number 1. Lockie Phillips leads the first lap, as there is a challenge for the third position. Zachary Good getting a big challenge from Kenan Lunenberger, and that is the biggest battle on the racetrack right now. Halfway this time by, Lockie Phillips, still your leader, with a big lead over Gavin Chatham in second. Oh, Lockie Phillips gets up into the berm just a little bit. Kind of a tough thing to do here at the Lernerville Speedway, as there is no wall. But here comes Gavin Chapman trying to take the lead with just 2 laps to go. Gavin Chatham is there, coming to the white flag this time by, working the high side with no wall at all to lean on. White flag this time. Here comes Gavin Chatham. Both working the middle of the racetrack. Can he do anything in 3 and 4? Both go to the high side. Here comes Lunenberger. But Lockie Phillips wins heat race number 1. Gavin Chatham second, Kenan Lunenberger in third, Zachary Good fourth, Trent Curtis fifth, and Aiden Thornberry rounds out your heat race number 1. And let's check out the lineup for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, last week's winner, starting on the outside pole with his last week's winner, Matt Grimm. The pole winner is Vince Guerrieri. Starting third in the 47 is Brady King. Starting fourth, it is the number 93 of Kyle Dersham, and rounding out the field, the 55 of Kyle Smith. Coming to the 1 to go this time by. So we've got a big field here for tonight's 3 Cities 33. 3 heats. It's going to be even bigger next week at Port Royal. Make sure to tune in on Grease Vision. As green flag is in the air, we're racing for heat race number 2. Vince Gieri with the jump, but Matt Grimm is right there, trying to pick up from last week. And that performance, ripping the high side, is Matt Grimm. And he has not shaken Vince Gieri quite yet. Gieri to the top, both to the top of the racetrack. Ripping the cush, ripping the berm. Working lap number 4. Matt Grimm to the bottom of the racetrack. Can't make it stick this time by. Seems like the top is the place to be in turns 3 and 4. To the inside. Here comes Matt Grimm. Can't make it stick this time by. Both back to the top of the racetrack as we get to 3 laps to go. And just letting that right rear hang off of the cliff. These guys are. 2 to go. Here comes Matt Grimm. Big run coming to the white flag this time. Vince Gieri still with the lead. Matt Grimm is there. Can he do anything in 3 and 4? To the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Matt Grimm with a big slider. He's going to pull it off. Grimm, side by side, is going to win heat race number 2. What a finish to that one. Matt Grimm wins it. Vince Gieri second. Brady King in third. Kyle Dersham fourth. Kyle Smith in fifth. Wow. And we've got 1 more to go here tonight for heat race number 3. Starting on the pole is your points leader, Henry Fenson. Starting second will be Mason Heimbaum. Third, I believe, will be Matt Wiedefer. Excuse me, it is Truskowski. Fourth is Matt Wiedefer. Fifth is Doug Betts. And I believe it is Betts' first start of the season. So, quite a bit of a qualifying shakeup here for Henry Fenson. I know he wanted to be on pole, try to get as good of a starting position to try to maintain that points lead. But he'll be starting at best third tonight. So we will see what he can do as we have got the 1 to go. Pace truck is in. Tied on each other, the front row are, as we are racing for heat race number 3. Bottom of the racetrack is Mason Heimbaum early. Can't make it stick this time. Henry Fenson, your leader. And he will lead the first lap. Topside might be coming into turns 1 and 2 as it is in 3 and 4. Again, such a treacherous line to walk. Such a treacherous type rope because, again, No walls here at the Lernerville Speedway. Nothing to really lean on like you see a lot of these guys do week to week. It is just letting it hang out, and it's either run the line perfectly or go overboard. And as you can see, these right rear tires are really hanging off of that berm there. As we are halfway this time by, Henry Fenson still your leader. Mason Heimbaum second. And Truskowski in third. Matt Wiedefer in fourth. Oh, and a big time save there for Doug Betta. 2 laps to go this time by. Much bigger lead Henry Fenson has than in the previous heat with Vince Chieri. But the white flag is out. 1 to go. Henry Fenson comes through turns 3 and 4 and will win heat race number 3. Mason Heimbaum in second. Matt Wiedefer gets by for third. Doug Betta comes home fourth, and there was an issue for Truskowski, who came home at fifth, a lap down. Well, got an interesting one tonight, folks. This is going to be big. So the big story going into this is going to be, can Lockie Phillips get back to Henry Fenson? He's going to need a win tonight to do it, to overtake that points lead. But it doesn't guarantee anything. Field is gritting up, getting ready for feature racing here at Lernerville. Starting 16th, the number 6 car, it is Aiden Thornberry starting 15th in the In the number... Missing the number here. Starting 15th, it is Joseph Truskowski. Starting 14th in the number 55 car, it is Kyle Smith. Starting 13th in the number 151, it's Trent Curtis. Starting 12th, the newcomer, it's Doug Betts. Starting 11th, in the number 93, it's Kyle Dersham. Starting 10th is Zachary Good. In the number 42 machine. Starting 9th in the number 81, it's Matt Wiedefer. Starting 8th, it's Brady King. Starting 7th, it's Kenan Lunenberger. Starting 6th, Mason Heinbaum. Starting 5th, it's Vince Gieri. 4th, it's Gavin Chatham. And starting 3rd, it's Henry Fenson. Starting 2nd, Matt Grimm. And on the pole, it's Lockie Phillips. Well, we're ready for racing. Let's go feature racing at Lernerville. Big crash at the back before we even take the green. Will there be a caution? Oh, whoa, whoa, big time issues here. The caution is out now. My goodness. Let's take a look. Because, holy cow. And that was at the jump. We just got going. And I believe maybe Kyle Smith was involved. Maybe. Oh, it was the 118. One more time. The 118, oh, just gets a little sideways. Looks like he, didn't have as much grip there on the berm as he thought he would. And that caused him to spin. So big issues to kick it off here tonight. So we've got the one to go. Single file now. Lockie Phillips is your leader. Matt Grimm second. And Henry Finson in third. Gavin Chatham fourth. As we are racing once again. Lockie Phillips still the leader. But Matt Grimm is right there wanting to capitalize on the momentum from his victory last week. Here comes Henry Finson to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side for second. And Finson has got it for now. He has got to hold on to that second spot. Working to the bottom of the racetrack where it's much flatter. Making it work, though. Oh, trouble in the back. It looks like Vince Gieri had a big wiggle back there. Maybe he collects it. Caution is out. Oh, no, he gets clipped from Mason Heimbaum. And, keeps it straight. If that was the only issue, that's an interesting caution to throw. Coming to the green this time by. Working lap number 5. And green flag is back in the air. Racing once again. Lockie Phillips and Finson hugging the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to find the grip down there. Here comes Henry Finson trying to work over his teammate for the race lead. Can't get it this time by. Side by side going to turn number 1. Finson on the bottom, Lockie up top. And Finson really working the bottom of the racetrack. Really finding some grip down on the flat. Doesn't lead this time as of yet, but still working that bottom. Here comes Matt Grimm, ready to prey on both these guys. The new leader off of 4, it's Henry Finson. Working lap number 9. And he has really hooked up the bottom of the racetrack. And, I believe he did the same thing. Was that at Charlotte where he had really worked the bottom? And I think some other times this year, I think of maybe Lima Land, where he was really working the bottom of the racetrack there. Seems like Finson, ironically, with his name, you'd think he'd be more of a guy to run the fence, but he's more of a bottom feeder. But Finson, your leader, side by side for second. Here comes Matt Grimm on the bottom. Contact with Lockie Phillips. Can't make it stick this time by. Lockie Phillips still working the top of the racetrack. Here comes Matt Grimm. He's trying to run the Finson line. Can't make it stick. Lockie Phillips back to the second spot. He'll retain for now. Going to try to hunt down Henry Finson. Back to the top of the racetrack. Working the berm. Going to work that same magic he tried to pull at Charlotte, where he stuck to the top of the racetrack and let it prevail for him. He's trying the same thing here. Here comes Lockie Phillips. Working lap number 15. Top of the racetrack on both ends of the speedway. Trying to carry the momentum. As side by side for the lead, it's still Henry Finson leading the charge on the bottom. Deep into the flat. Having to run a bunch off throttle time. Side by side once again. Finson still leads the lap. Here comes Lockie Phillips. Top of the racetrack. Going to get a big run on Henry Finson. But Finson knows how to work that entry. But Lockie Phillips doesn't lead as of yet. But he's gonna. Still side by side halfway in this race. Finson really working the bottom, but inch by inch. Now it is Lockie Phillips who will lead that lap. But Finson is not done yet. Digging on the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to make that groove work for him. See if it'll come back to him. Taking the shortest way around. But Lockie Phillips still in command. Coming to 13 laps to go. as there will be some lap traffic coming up here if we do not get a caution. $12 to go. Phillips, Finson, and Vince Chieri has worked his way up to third. Great run for that 38 car. Winner at Lima Land earlier this year in dramatic fashion, going from fourth to first. He's going to hope to go from third to first right here. And a tip of the cap to Kenan Lunenberger. It's got to be his best run of the year as well. Running in that fourth position right now. Rib of the top. Going by Matt Grimm, the last week's winner and the defending series champion. Got to feel really good about how he's running right now. Hopefully he'll be able to salvage a great run here tonight. Maybe get some more. With just 9 laps to go, it is still Lockie Phillips in the lead. Henry Finson. Now he's running the fence, if there was a fence. But Lockie Phillips getting ready to come up on that lap traffic like we talked about. 7.5 to go. Aiden Thornberry's going to let him go. Smart racing by the 6 car. Well, we don't know that. Looks like he is pretty committed to the bottom of the racetrack. So definitely going to give some way to these leaders here. Trent Curtis gets some contact just ahead of the leaders there. Oh, and there's trouble. The 118. A little squirrely on that straightaway there. Might be just a lap ahead here. Oh, it's squirrely once again and a little harder that time. Into the wall he was. Just got a little loose. Simple as that. Easy thing to do here in these sprint cars. Going to be 6 to go when we go back green. Got the 1 to go this time by. Phillips, Fenton, Chieri. Your top 3. Lunenberger 4th, Grimm 5th. Green flag back in the air. 6 laps to go this time by. And a big gap for Lockie Phillips. Exactly what he needed on his teammate Henry Finson. Oh, trouble. It's Matt Chieri at the back of the pack. And that's going to bring the caution out. Let's take a look here. Oh, no. And what did we just talk about with there being no wall here at the Lernerville Speedway? When you walk a fine line, you better walk a fine line. And he walked the plank. Easy to do. But thankfully no damage to a 38 machine. Going to be just 5 laps to go in this feature. Don't believe we are green as of yet. Oh, pace car's coming back out. I'm going to extend this yellow just a little bit. Making sure the field is lined up correctly. All right. Maybe the one to go this time by? Yes. So we'll just be 5 laps to go. Lockie Phillips, your leader. Henry Fenson in second. Cannon Lunenberger has now worked his way up to third. Great run for that young man. And he had gotten by for the third position before Gary had the issues. So definitely has earned that third place position right now as we are green once again. 5 laps to go. Bit of a bobble from Henry Fenson on the restart there, but everyone goes to the top of the racetrack. Trying to gain the momentum. 4 laps to go. And the first 3 very spread out, but now they're side by side a little bit. It is now Matt Grimm back to third. Coming to 3 to go. Here comes Gavin Chatham on the bottom. Oh, and there's issues again. Will there be a caution? Still ripping. Now I believe there's a caution out. I believe it is for... Was it the 42? Oh, no. Oh, he did the same thing as Vince Gary. Maybe not the exact same. There might have been some issue, got loose, something broke, don't know what. Something kind of forced him to jump out of the groove there. It wasn't just a simple misstep. He just had a little bobble of some kind. So, I don't know on that one. But nonetheless, another very good run. Ended a little early as he heads to the pits. Coming to green, this time with just 2 laps to go. A green-white checkered here at Lernerville. Phillips, Fenson, Chatham, your top 3. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go. It is Lockie Phillips with the jump. Here comes Henry Fenson to the bottom of the racetrack. Can he make it stick this time? Not quite yet. Here comes Fenson. Back on the bottom. White flag this time by. It's Lockie Phillips. Oh, and there's another crash at the back. Never mind for now. Coming through 3 and 4. Side by side of the checkers. And Lockie Phillips is going to win it. Just over his teammate Henry Fenson. And Gavin Chatham in third. What a finish. Side by side. Great last lap charge from Henry Fenson. As you see, Lockie Phillips celebrating. And you know, he is just retaking the points lead with one race to go going into Port Royal. Got to be feeling good if you're Lockie Phillips as he pulls his way into victory lane here at the Lernerville Speedway. Big moment for Lockie Phillips' season. And officially, with one race to go in the 2026 TCR Sprint Car Series season, Lockie Phillips is your points leader with 8 points above Henry Fenson, 117 on Matt Grimm, and Mason Heimbaum 4th, Vince Geary in 5th. And I do believe that the championship is now down to Phillips and Fenson. Now, there are drop weeks to be considered in this, but I don't think there's going... to be honest, it's probably going to help Lockie Phillips, if anything. So, looking forward to next week at the Port Royal Speedway. Make sure to tune in here on Grease Vision. We'll make sure to interview the top 3 from tonight's race next week at Port Royal, so make sure to tune in to hear from these guys, see what they've got to say. And with that, my name is Davis Warren. Thank you so much for tuning in to the TCR Sprint Car Series here on Grease Vision. We will catch you next time.